We got a brand new trailer for WandaVision, which is going to be coming to Disney Plus. It is from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So what was it that happened? Oh, sorry, I cooked steaks today, and I live in an apartment that is very small, so I had to air out the whole thing, including the front door. Now I've got a mosquito in here someplace, so I'm going to be a bit distracted. But anyway, I have 6 talking points for the WandaVision trailer. The first thing I have to say is this thing just looks fantastic. First off, quality-wise, it looks just like a movie. It looks just like a movie. There are whispers apparently now that we will be getting, instead of the originally established 6 episodes, we'll be getting 8 or 9. So that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see exactly how much content we get. One of the critiques around the Mandalorian was that the episode lengths varied so much. I am not sure about the directors here. Part of that seemed to be different visions coming from the directors. I'm not sure if all these episodes are from the same director or not. I'm not sure exactly how that is working in the Marvel Cinematic Universe Disney Plus series is. But I have to say that this thing looks just fantastic. From the tone to the dialogue to the acting involved. Now, I'm assuming what's happening here. There's been whispers of what the plot is. I'm assuming what happens is that Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, who is extremely powerful in the comic books and seems to be harnessing that type of power in the movies as well. I'm assuming what has happened here is that Wanda has created a little dream world for herself, someplace where she daydreams, and she goes there when she daydreams. And what is happening is that she is slowly creating an actual reality out of that. In the comic books, that would have been something of which she would certainly have been capable. Now, there are a couple things which are questionable to me. Catherine Hahn's character, who I don't think we know the name of Catherine Hahn's character. I don't think we know the name of Deborah Jo Rupp's character either. So there's that scene with Deborah Jo Rupp and the male actor at the black and white dinner with Vision and Scarlet Witch. And he sort of, the male visitor sort of glitches out. Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? That individual in that scene feels very much like the projections in the Inception movie, the subconscious projections when you're in someone else's dream, they get very hostile towards you. That individual feels very much like that. However, the Catherine Hahn character has a very Wicked Witch of the West feel. So it makes me wonder if maybe Scarlet Witch has created this little world, this incredible alternate reality, which has then been invaded by the Catherine Hahn and the Deborah Jo Rupp characters, as they feel very real. They do not feel as if they are projections of Wanda's subconscious, but I'm wondering if Wanda doesn't know that. If Wanda thinks that she's just created this entire world, she's created this entire place, that's just sort of a dream world, doesn't know that it's morphing into an actual reality, but it ends up being populated by other real people, which would be an incredible twist, by the way. But it brings to light the question, that moment with Catherine Hahn in the car, where the Vision sort of wakes her up or reanimates her, and she asks, "Am I dead?" And he says, "No, why would you ask that?" And she says, "Because you are." It makes you feel like this is actually the real Vision. This is not a projection of Vision either. It makes you feel as if Wanda has created this world. And I think it's all unbeknownst to her. I think it's all probably unbeknownst to her that she has created an actual alternate reality and revived Vision. Which makes me wonder a little bit, with these Catherine Hahn and Deborah Jo Rupp characters being probably other witches, has Scarlet Vision created an alternate reality which has found a wormhole to hell? Like, is that what's going on here? Because there's whispers that Mephistopheles will end up appearing in this series as well. So that would be one, pardon the pun, hell of a twist. Now the next thing that I want to talk a little bit about, Arthur was the name of the guy at the dinner. Arthur feels very much like a projection. Now, leading from that, the fact that maybe she's tapped into hell, maybe she's created some alternate universe, this does not feel like a light-hearted series. This seems like it has a very adult tone. This feels, mind you, feels to me, just from the 1 minute that we get here. I know it's not much, so maybe I'm off on a high horse someplace in hell. This feels a lot like the little stingers we would get for the X-Files series. Anyone who's an 80s kid and grew up in the 90s probably had an unadulterated love for the X-Files. And remember those little stingers that we would get from Fox before the season came out that would make you wonder what's going on? This feels a lot like a stinger from the X-Files. And it really feels a lot kind of like an X-Files tone. The sense of mystery, the sense of wonder, mixed with something nefarious, and you sprinkle a little bit of humor on top of it all. This feels, from this trailer, like we're going to get 8 episodes of 1 episode of X-Files. Remember how there would be weird episodes of the X-Files? I can't remember any off the top of my head that did not have a creature of the week sort of vibe, but had an alternate reality sort of vibe, sort of like the episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer with, this was my favorite episode, I can't remember what they're called. I think they were called The Gentlemen. Those things that flew around like this, and they all had weird smiles on their faces, they were all bald. It's a legendary episode of the series, which at the time, we had no way of knowing that other people reacted to that episode the same way that we did, because there was no internet. Not like there is today. But it makes me, this trailer really has an X-Files type vibe to me. I don't know exactly how else to explain that. One thing that we're going to want to get used to, people who are old like me, is all of the hipsters who are going to go around claiming that this has the greatest sound, this series of episodes has the greatest soundtrack ever. It's not a soundtrack. These are real songs, okay? You can't just appropriate it as if this is a soundtrack. These are classic songs. These are from the oldie station before the oldie station became a classic rock station. I'm old enough to remember Stormfront. The very first album that I remember being released was Billy Joel's Stormfront. The day that I heard a song from Stormfront on the oldie station, I took the oldie station off of my radio preset. Couldn't do it. I was done with it. I'm not old enough to be listening to songs on the oldie station that I remember their release. That's bullshit, Oldies 95. Don't make me come down there. Stay off my lawn. So it's going to be interesting to look at what songs we actually get here, because it looks like we're getting episodes that are 50s themed, 60s themed, 70s themed, 80s themed. Will we get the 90s? A little bit of grunge mixed in, a little bit of Roseanne flavor. Will we get the 90s? I think so, based on some of the things that are worn, but the wardrobe that was worn that makes me think we will get things from the 90s is not as classic 90s as is the getup that we see Catherine Hahn in, where she's got the workout gear, right, that just screams 80s, the bright pink leggings and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see if now here's, along with the note from the oldie station, if we get throwbacks to early 2000s in here, I'm not going to watch this rest of the series. Don't make me feel that old, guys. Mixing in Dick Van Dyke with Friends. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm not that old. So that is what we are almost sure to get. Hipsters talking about the oldies music and how they just discovered it, and how they must be purveyors of that music. But the one question I have watching this Are we going to get an intro to Magneto? We have Wanda. She has resurrected her love. There are whispers that she will have resurrected her brother. Is this going to be our intro to Magneto? I think that's definitely worth watching. It is something that... Here's another question I have. So we're getting ready. We just got a trailer for Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Will these Marvel Cinematic Universe shows have sequels? The WandaVision thing feels very one-off. She's going to bring Vision back. Vision will be back in the movies. The Winter Soldier and Falcon and the Winter Soldier series feels very one-off. They're going to discover which one of them will be taking the mantle of Captain America. Money's on Falcon. Feels very one-off. Feels like one series, one season. They've got the next Captain America. Bada bing, bada boom. No need for that. That's its own series, like a standalone movie. Hawkeye is going to be getting a series, apparently. The rumor about what will be happening in that series is that he will be training his daughter to take the mantle of Hawkeye. Mightn't he die at the end of that series? All of a sudden, there's no need for a season 2. She can have her own movie. She can be in the Young Avengers. Follow storylines that way. There is supposedly a Moon Knight series in the work as well. I'm going to catch that mosquito. Or he's going to eat me alive while I sleep. Moon Knight could be a recurring theme and a recurring series, but it would be a shame if he didn't get standalone movies. The Moon Knight character is so cool. It makes me believe that the Moon Knight series might be about disambiguation of which Moon Knight incarnation we will be following for a movie. Maybe we'll get Werewolf by Night. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. I have serious questions about the returnability of these series for season 2s. Especially, God, this thing looks so cool. The WandaVision looks so cool. I hope she goes. But I can't imagine this series ending in a way that is not absolutely catastrophic, to where she would not want to create alternate universes anymore. So we'll have to wait and see. But that is all the thoughts that I have for the WandaVision trailer. I hope to see you back here tomorrow for another video here on this channel. But also, I accidentally dropped the video for today on Strip Cover Lit at midnight as opposed to 5 p.m. I accidentally got the wires crossed on when to drop that video, when to post that video. It was uploaded. It needed to be posted. So there will not be an evening post on Strip Cover Lit tonight. That part 3 of Stardust fell today. So there won't be another video on Strip Cover Lit until tomorrow. But yeah, that is all I have for today. Hope to see you tomorrow.